Hello guys, how are y'all doing? Welcome to my new video, and today we really have an interesting video. Now, uh, for a long time, not it's not a new topic. A lot of people has been talking about this topic, and that is Jake Paul versus Canelo. And can Jake Paul beat Canelo? I don't know. Let's examine. So, Jake Paul has said he would lose now, but few years after, he can beat Canelo, and I believe him because you never know. And and through the years, I have learned one thing. Through the years, I have in my life, I have learned that nothing is really impossible. If you put your mind into things, you can succeed, and that is it. And yeah, that's what's up. So today or now I'm gonna talk about, can Jake Paul beat Canelo or not. So Jake Paul has been trolled for saying he can beat Canelo, but I would say it again and again. Nobody is invisible. Many people can think they are invisible, but they aren't invisible, and you can't really say who would win and who would not win. Everybody can lose. Now the thing is, what Jake Paul has. Let's talk about what's Jake. If Jake Paul fights Canelo, for example, tomorrow or 3 months after this for an event, what would happen? So first of all, I'll be honest. I'm not the most honest man, but as much older I get, I try to be honest. And what would happen if Jake Paul and Canelo boxes? If Jake Paul can't land his right hand, which is really good, uh, he would lose. If Jake Paul can run, but I do believe one thing: if Jake Paul if Jake Paul hits Canelo with his right hand, it doesn't matter how many wins Canelo has or how many world champion Canelo is. Canelo go down. It's reality. It's the game of boxing. When you hit someone, when you are really strong, and Jake Paul is that strong, and if you hit him, yeah, and if it lands, you would go down. People say Tyron Woodley would not go down. Nobody knocked out Tyron Woodley, the fifth times UFC World Champion. Tyron Woodley will not go down. But then what happens? He goes down. Jake Paul lands an amazing over right hand, and that lands. And Tyron Woodley gets slipped mid-air. I don't think people realize. I don't think people realize how powerful that punch was. Jake Paul has some serious power that Logan Paul doesn't have. When Jake Paul hit Tyron Woodley with that right hand, I have seen never like this in a boxing match before. It was so powerful, Tyron's whole face was splashed with sweat, and Tyron was sleeping midair. Now, a lot of people are delusional in this world, and I don't know. And if you ask me why I'm talking slowly, I'm talking slowly because I realized when you talk slowly, you sound more wise. Now, that was a joke, but when you talk slowly, these dumb ass people who are my viewers, sorry, but you are dumb as fuck, can actually see what I'm saying. Now, now, I want the people who watch this video to actually get something. And I don't want this video to be like, oh, I'm a Jake Paul fan, I'm a Jake Paul main rider. I actually want to give legit reason and new point of things or point of view to see things, at least in general. So so what so let's see what Canelo has advantage of Jake Paul and what Jake Paul has advantage over Canelo. Now, the thing Jake Paul has an advantage over Canelo, it's his power. Power. Let's Jake and height. Power and height. First of all, and clinching. If Canelo is so much of a smaller guy than Jake Paul, and Jake Paul is a really strong, big guy, way bigger guy than Canelo. If they clinch, I don't think Canelo would want to clinch with Jake Paul, and that's a big problem with the fight, because a lot of people would still disagree with me, but Canelo would get manhandled in a clinch. Jake Paul is a wrestler. Jake Paul is a 200-pound wrestler. He would he would manhandle Canelo easily in a clinch. So I'm pretty sure Canelo won't, if they ever fight, Canelo won't want to clinch with Jake Paul, because Jake Paul would easily, while sleeping, can out out clinch Canelo, because he's a wrestler, and it's Canelo. It's a light boxer. It's nothing to him, and that's how. First of all, Jake Paul won't get knocked out. Now, people say if they ever fought, Jake Paul will get knocked out, but I don't think that's true, because how if Jake Paul fights Canelo, I'm pretty sure Jake Paul will try to clinch Canelo whenever he is getting sturdy, or getting kind of away or dominated. But I don't think it would ever happen, because I have seen Canelo's boxing matches. In fact, I was just seeing uh, noon. This noon I've seen his boxing match. So Canelo is a one attack boxer, and I would give him that. He's a really calculated boxer, and he knows where to punch, and his accuracy is pretty good. But he's not a combination type of boxer. He's a one punch type of boxer. Jake Paul is the same kind of boxer, one type puncher. Jake Paul is no, it's not so good at combinations. We know that. Jake Paul is really good at one punch, throwing one punch, because another detail, every opponent Jake Paul has knocked out is by not combination, one punch. That's a really interesting info. I don't think most of the people actually know this info or have realized this info. But I've realized this info. Jake Paul is not really good with his combinations. Jake Paul is a one punch type person, because he needs to, when he throws a punch, he needs to really be serious on that one punch, and have the power to knock anyone out with one punch. So he doesn't need to rely on a combination, because Jake Paul is not a combination type of knockouter. Now there are two types of knockout artists. One knockout artist who does a lot of combinations, like three. For example, there are one type of knockout artist that goes for a jab, and then right hand to the body, uppercut, then probably the left hook, drops and knocks out the person, because they don't have enough power. But that's not the case with a knockout artist like Jake Paul. Jake Paul is a different type of knockout artist. If you have carefully watched his knockouts, you'd see none of them are actually by combinations. Ben Askren, one hard right hand to the chin, and Ben Askren, obviously the setup by jab. The jab wasn't a really combination there. The right hand was, and Ben Askren was on the canvas. He went flying through the canvas. Then we have Nate Robinson, got knocked down 3 times. Every time it was a one over right hand, no combinations. And people can say, oh, the last knockout on Nate Robinson was combinations. But I would disagree because Jake Paul throws four punch combinations. I don't remember the first ones, but it ends with a uppercut, then right hook. But if you carefully watch that fight, you would see that none of the punches actually land, and the last punch was reset up. So basically, Jake Paul combinations a lot of punch, and then none of them lands, and only one punch lands. That is a mini right hook, really calculated punch, one punch, and that sends Nate Robinson flying through the ground and gets knocked out. Same with Ben Askren, same with Tyron Woodley. Yeah, and unfortunately not with Nate Diaz. But and Jake Paul also knocked down people with one punch, and that we could see that in the Nate Diaz fight. One left hook, great left hook, knocked down Nate Diaz. But we can see that on probably the Anderson Silva fight. Jake Paul had few combinations on before he knocked down Anderson Silva. But but so we kind of got off topic, but let's go in the main topic that what advantage Canelo has over Jake Paul. We talked about Jake Paul's advantage, and that is power. Many people will say Canelo has more power than Jake Paul, but to me that's an outlandish statement. Canelo doesn't even have one of tenth power of Jake Paul. You could just see how people knock them out. Canelo is also a one type puncher or one hand puncher, but you can see the power is not same. Canelo is not nearly as powerful as Jake Paul. So Jake Paul has power, size, and that would be interesting because if Jake Paul actually clinches Canelo, it would be a rough day for Canelo. Say, same scenario like Floyd Mayweather versus Logan Paul could happen in the fight. Logan Paul is a D1 Ohio State 200 plus pound wrestler. Huh? Sorry, my brother interrupted. And by the way, I know a lot of haters would be in this video. I'm really much aware of that. I'm smart enough to know that. Because that's really the title of this video would be really outlandish because I really want to clickbait it. I really want this video to go viral because I'm really putting really much hard work on this video and really much new way of thinking. And my thinking way is really new and not biased. So yeah, as I was saying, let's get to the point. Uh, Jake Paul, yeah, Logan Paul is a D1 wrestler, and Logan Paul clinched Floyd Mayweather a lot, and that was a problem for Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather won't agree with it because obviously he won't. But Floyd Mayweather was getting outworked at clinch. Logan Paul was, oh, sorry. Floyd Mayweather literally agreed to it. Floyd Mayweather said himself that Logan Paul's clinching was really tough for Floyd Mayweather. Logan Paul was leaning through with his wrestling, and Logan Paul was tying up Floyd Mayweather with ease power because Logan Paul is a 200 pro, 6 foot to 200 plus pounds plus D1 wrestler. It's a water show or joke. It's a joke to him to just like tie Floyd Mayweather up with his wrestling skills. So he was easily tying Floyd Mayweather up with wrestling skills, and he was leaning over Floyd. And Floyd is a little person, so Floyd was getting fucking hard worked. So I think that would happen if Jake Paul clinch. Jake Paul is a wrestler. Canelo is small. If Jake Paul clinch, it's a long day for Canelo. And second, another reason is I don't think Canelo is knocking out Jake Paul. Yeah, if they fought today or few months, Jake Paul would lose. If Jake Paul can't land the right hand. I believe if he lands the right hand, Canelo is going down and he wins, he knocks him out. But if he he doesn't knocks out Canelo, which is a high chance because I've watched Canelo's fight and his defense is really good. His reflex is pretty good too, but his defense is really good. I'm not gonna lie. So it's gonna be hard to land that right hand, but I don't know. It can happen. So if he can't land that right hand, then Jake Paul would 100% lose. Jake Paul can go toe to toe with Canelo. Canelo would just outwork, out technically outbox him, and he would lose. But I don't think Jake Paul would, by any chance, would get knocked out. In fact, I think there's a higher chance of Jake Paul knocking Canelo out than Canelo knocking Jake Paul out. I don't think Canelo has the power to knock Jake Paul out. Uh, uh, I have seen comments that say that, oh, Canelo squash him. Mate, Canelo's squashing nobody. He's a small man. He doesn't even hit hard. And Jake Paul has a chin. He's a big beard too, so that absorbs a lot. Jake Paul has hit hard. That motherfucker doesn't go down. Tommy Fury's best performance against Jake Paul, obviously Tommy Fury's best performance in general, Tommy Fury, I'm not gonna lie, was a lot of time piecing up Jake Paul. Tom Fury is a great boxer, but recently in the KSI fight, he just had a horrible performance because the time was so small. It was only 6 round fight, and and KSI with his weird like blah blah move or weird form, it's really hard to read KSI. Still, he won. So let's see how great Tommy Fury is. Tommy Fury is a great boxer. With his perfect boxing match or perfect performance, I think he is a world champion qualified boxer. Really good boxer. And Tommy Fury, I'm not gonna lie, sometime in the fight was piecing up Jake Paul. Really was fucking piecing up. There was one time where Tommy Fury just fucked up Jake Paul with the uppercut, left hand, right hand, upper hook. And it was so many punches from so many angles. Jake Paul doesn't go down. And Jake Paul throws only a jab and Tommy Fury goes down. So you could clearly see the power difference between Jake Paul and Tommy Fury. Jake Tommy Fury doesn't have power, but motherfucker, he threw a lot of punches. And Jake Paul has a chin. Tommy Fury has a chin too, so that's why he did not go down. But Tommy Fury was getting hit with hard right hands, one after one hard right hands against KSI, but he wasn't going down. Tommy Fury, that motherfucker has chin. It's in the Furies. They're Furies. Like they don't go down. They have a chin. Fucking god. KSI is a strong man, and he hit Tommy Fury couple them hard with his right hand. Tommy Fury didn't even he seemed phased, but not too much that he was almost gonna knock down. He took it. He took it pretty. I think it's pretty fair to say Tommy Fury took KSI's right hand. But out of topic, but yeah, Tommy Fury. So my point is, Jake Paul really has the chin, and we have shown that this motherfucker Jake Paul literally got a elbow from Tyron Woodley. The motherfucker got elbowed by Tyron Woodley, almost lost his fucking forehead, 1 inch deep cut, and still go in the fight like nothing happened. This motherfucker's Jake Paul's endurance is amazing. So that's why I don't see by no eyes I don't see Tommy Fury knocking out Jake Paul. That's what I want to say. Uh, and yeah, I think the video is pretty much. Sorry, I don't think Canelo knocking out Jake Paul. So I guess thanks for watching this video. So let's talk about Canelo's advantage. Canelo's advantage is Canelo is faster. He has accuracy. Uh, he knows distance, and yeah, so has almost every advantage. Only not height or something. So this video is almost 20 minutes long. I really wanted to I didn't want to make half-ass video. And yeah, this video is 20 minutes long, and I know a lot of hate. I'm gonna get a lot of hate comments from this video. But if you actually watch this video, I don't think you would hate me, because I really put valid points many times on this video. So what's the conclusion? The conclusion is, if Jake Paul fights Canelo now, uh, I think he would lose. But if he fights Canelo at his prime, I think there's a pretty hefty chance that he can win. And you can call me delusional for that one. But but I'm sure for one thing, that if Jake Paul lands that right hand in Canelo by any chance that he couldn't on Tommy Fury, for too much pressure. But Canelo is not that type of boxer, so that's why I'm saying that's a chance. There's a chance. If Canelo was a Vivol type of fighter that has so much pressure on, not just one punch fighter, then, or even like Tommy Fury. So my point is, Tommy Fury is a really high volume fighter, like his brother Tyson Fury. They have a pretty similar fighting stance or fighting style. Like Tyson Fury, this motherfucker, these Furies, they throw a lot. They have a lot of pressure on. Like they throw a lot. Jab. Canelo is not like that. Canelo is like really calculated, really he knows what he's doing. Really distant, really sure, and really then he throws punch. He doesn't throw a lot of punch, Canelo, but when he throws, it fucking hits, because he's a world champion for no reason, right? Obvious reasons for sorry. So that's the thing. That's another advantage. Let's talk about that. Or we talked about that. And that advantage is that my only hope that Jake Paul probably will, or for some reason can, if he's fast enough, can land that right hand. And going up to the fight, if Jake Paul and Canelo fights, I am 100% sure Jake Paul's game plan would be to not outbox Canelo, because he would lose. As I'm always saying in this fucking 22 minutes video, uh, Jake Paul would fucking get embarrassed if he tries to box Canelo. But if he tries to fight Canelo and land that right hand, that's the game plan. Jake Paul goes into the fucking game, boxing match, and Jake Paul's fucking Christmas wish is to just somehow launch that straight hand. My recommendation would be straight hand, not an over right hand, because over right hand takes time, and it's really hard punch to land. But straight hand, it's fast, it's works, dude, and it can knock out Canelo. If it lands, Canelo is going down, because everybody has. Canelo doesn't have a Canelo chin. Canelo have a normal human being chin. Yeah, he's been hit like a lot of times, more than few people, another people. But remember, Tyron Woodley has also been hit a lot of times. The motherfucker is in UFC and not in boxing gloves. Motherfucking Tyron Woodley has been hit by Camaro Usman with fucking 4 ounce MMA glove. So this dude knows to this dude, like Tyron Woodley, they know how to take punch. They know how to take punch because obviously they get hit with the 4 ounce glove, and still Jake Paul midair slipped him. So Canelo, who doesn't even get hit nearly as much as Tyron Woodley, and not by 4 ounce glove but boxing big ass gloves, I think there's a chance. I think Jake Paul hits so hard that Jake Paul, if one punch lands, Jake Paul would knock out and win. I know that sounds crazy, but Jake Paul can win if that right hand lands. But do I think that's gonna land? I don't know. Probably not. But Jake Paul would lose now if that doesn't happen. If I have money to go to the line, if I'm betting on someone, I'm gonna bet Canelo, because it makes sense. He's beating Jake Paul, but I'm just saying there's fucking chance. There's fucking chance that Jake Paul might beat Canelo. And this video's title is probably going to be, "Oh, can Jake Paul Jake Paul can defeat Canelo, or can Jake Paul can defeat Canelo?" Oh my god, this video is almost like a podcast long. 25 minutes. I have talked all the shit that I wanted to talk. Thanks for watching this shit video. And I know a lot of hate comments are gonna be here. So I wanted to say all of this stuff, and I just didn't say things. I said with clarifications. If you disagree, comment down below what you disagree on. And yeah, thanks for watching this video. Watch my old videos. Watch my new videos. Share this video with your friends. Stay happy, stay juicy, stay healthy. And I have to poop. I have to go poop. I have eaten a lot, and now I'm gonna poop. And sh- uh and yeah. And I hope Canelo versus Jake Paul fight even happens. Please happens because it's good for Jake Paul, and I think that fight would sell. I think that fight would sell, and I think that is going to be the biggest crossover fights ever. Best boxer versus best crossover boxer. Jake Paul, Canelo, both are hugely famous. It's a fight everybody wants to see. Even if Jake Paul loses, it's a win for him because nobody expects Jake Paul to win. And so there's no pressure on Jake Paul, and there's every pressure on Canelo. Canelo can't lose to a fucking YouTuber. Canelo can't get hit with that mean right hand that have knocked down everyone that have been hit with right hand. Another fun fact, we are 27 minutes in. Another fun fact, everybody who have been hit with Jake Paul's right hand has gone down. Has gone down. Yeah, you can say Tommy Fury really didn't got hit with Jake Paul's right hand perfectly. He would have gone down if it lands. So thanks for watching this video. This fight is huge, and I think even huger than KSI versus Jake Paul, and makes sense, and will make a lot of sense few years later when Jake Paul is like 10-0, so 10-1 or 15-1, it will eventually happen. But let it go time, and maybe now or maybe then. I would recommend this fight to happen 3 years later when the Jake Paul is like 20 to 30, when Jake Paul is in his boxing prime, and we will see back then. So we'll see. So thanks for watching this video. This video is probably my longest video, and I talked all the shit that I wanted to talk. And thanks for watching this video, and bye.